2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of
Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The Magic are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Orlando before heading out again. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road, so home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
Yeah, and Greg, this is a big game for both teams. I mean, they don't see each other often, and you know they both want to get a win in this one.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for San Antonio, the defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Parker in at the 1. And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. Gordon the pass to Payton. No good from outside. So it's the Spurs now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Clark, how long into a season do you wait until win-loss counts really start to matter?
I don't know if you can put a specific timeline on it, Kevin, but I think you kind of look at the season in maybe 10-day windows or 5-game windows, maybe a month window. It varies from coach to coach. For me personally, I would try to look at things in 10-day to 2-week windows and then evaluate from that standpoint. Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Frank Vogel. And Dave, what do you have to say?
I asked him what reasons he cited for their disappointing record so far. He said, it's not so easy to put a finger on. I think we may lack the killer instinct of some of the better clubs. We haven't displayed the confidence to finish teams off even when we have them on the ropes. Been a rough year for them, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another whistle, and he's got to be careful with his foul situation.
Pass to Isaac. It's Fournier on the wing. Ginobili knocks it loose. Leonard on the wing. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now, here's Fournier. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Stolen by Gordon. Vucevic with the bucket.
Although Fournier is known primarily for his shooting, he's a team player who also looks to distribute to his teammates.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description. Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
The Magic trail by 4. Payton kicks to Fournier. High post Vucevic. Here's Isaac. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast. And
San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Gordon. Terrence Ross is checked in for Isaac. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Evan Fournier. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
Here are the Magic now, after the basket by San Antonio. Green kicks to Payton, and it's off from three-point range. San Antonio leading by 4. Gay drives in. Took him no time at all on that one. Gay's got his first basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Spates. An 11-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Payton. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 12 points per game last year, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Here's Anderson. Oh, that's offensive interference. The Magic trail by 4. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. There's the screen. Now here's Payton, covered by Mills. For 3, Ross. Spates kicks to Ross. Off target from three-point range. San Antonio leading by 4. Murray dishes to Laverne, and stolen by Simmons. Payton outside, takes the 3, and it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Payton.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Spurs lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really pick.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA at this age.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother, and that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Spurs.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. Laverne out there with Anderson. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards 3 positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing player.
So for the Magic, Vucevic, he's checked in for Spates. Aaron Gordon comes in for Ross. And Fournier subbed in for Payton. San Antonio also making some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Rudy Gay. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. Parker kicks to Aldridge.
This summer, a new front office taking over in Orlando after a rebuild effort that stretched back 5 seasons. Magic fans hoping they can get things headed in the right direction now.
Isaac's checked in for Green. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
And for the Magic, do you think hiring a new GM will get the team headed, Clark, in the right direction?
Well, that's a good question, but I think that's a start. And again, alignment is so key when you talk about organizational success, from your ownership to your president, general manager, coaching staff. Everybody has to be committed to their alignment and culture. Their current structure has some overlap between business and basketball operations. I think that all has to be smoothed out. But one step at a time, one brick at a time.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded he might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. Vucevic against Aldridge. And Vucevic kicks to Simmons. They're running, moving it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Orlando trailing here. Pass to Isaac. He dishes it to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. Fournier gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter. In the post, Clark, you were as polished as they come. I watched it with my own eyes and loved the way you play. Just how important, when you go back to that time, is footwork for a big man in the NBA?
Well, I think it's everything, regardless of what size you are, big or small. Fundamentally sound footwork is essential to being a solid offensive basketball player. And as a guy who played inside and out, it was something I took pride in. And I wasn't the greatest athlete, a decent athlete, so my footwork allowed me to gain an advantage against bigger guys.
And the Magic making a change here. Payton's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Pau Gasol's checked in for Davis Bertans. Shot clock at 3. Here's Fournier, banked in off the glass. Fournier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
There's Parker with the 3, rebounded by Isaac. The Magic have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Payton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And now a 4-point Magic lead. And there's Green on the assist by Parker.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
Knocked loose. Pass to Isaac. There's the triple. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. And allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger. Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Here's Isaac. The Magic have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Well, this guy packs a nice skill set, Jonathan Isaac. A slender big man who has nice range and is a superb defender already.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Ross in for Evan Fournier. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Anderson, he's checked in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And Murray subbed in for Parker. Here's Ginobili. No good that time. Payton with some nice D. From deep 3-point range.
And throughout his career, Gasol has continued to build upon his reputation.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports
We
Halftime
so hope
Show.
you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. What did you think, Kenny? That'll do it for now. The second half of
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially strong. Spurs trail by 3.
And Elfrid Payton was drafted 10th back in 2014, played 3 years at Louisiana Lafayette. Very young for a junior in terms of his age. The story goes that he started kindergarten when he was only 3 years old. Man, that kid got an early start on schoolwork, and he looks like a really smart player, too.
Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic, and it's Isaac in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. And the foul called on Danny Green. That will be foul number 5 on him. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Payton against Parker. Payton kicks to Fournier. 5 on the clock. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And Elfrid Payton with one of the most unique hairstyles, Clark, that you will see in the league.
Yeah, and there's a story behind that hairstyle, Kevin. I mean, his high school team in Louisiana made a vow not to cut their hair until they won the state championship. They lost in the state semifinals, and Payton seems to have kept that vow all this time.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
San Antonio trailing here. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Simmons checked in for the Magic. Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Payton kicks to Vucevic. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Leonard, the pass to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now the dish to Vucevic. Over Laverne. And it's Vucevic missing. Spurs leading by 3. Parker's shot is off.
but only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Taken away. And they're running. Here's Laverne. It's good. Laverne's got his first 2 points.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Here's the break. Pushing it up. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Berton's got his second bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Gordon. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Fournier. Ginobili dishes to Gay. Anderson kicks to Murray. Here's Bertans. The putback. It's good on the putback. Anderson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside, Simmons. And Green now, top of the key. Ross with a wide open look. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And that's where Ross has been most efficient. Raining it off the catch. Love it.
And Terrence Ross with probably his best season in 2016-17. Shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
To the paint. Here's Bertans. And no good that time. So Orlando will take it the other way. Ross in the corner. Latrey gets the three-pointer to fall. Ross has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Magic. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Gay in the corner. And stolen by Payton. Gay passes to Bertans. Murray kicks to Anderson. Over Green. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Murray. Anderson's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Anderson with the block. And he recovers it. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Spurs out in front. They're up by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
We got to really snatch the ball.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. The Magic trail by 5. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Murray and Green team up to make the backcourt. And it's Gay in at the 3, the small forward. Kicks to Gasol. Now the feed to Aldridge. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Murray, good. And the Spurs lead by 6. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control, a one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
Spates sets a screen. At the elbow, Green. Good ball movement here by the Magic. 5 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Deep 2 from Ross. No good off the front iron.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
Offensive rebound, Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. So for the Magic, Vucevic checked in for Spates. Aaron Gordon comes in for JaMychal Green. And Fournier subbed in for Ross. Leonard, he's checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for DeJounte Murray. Spurs leading by 8. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. The Magic trail by 12. Payton dishes to Gordon. There's the screen. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Over Gasol. Misses off the left iron. Here's San Antonio. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Leonard the pass to Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Clark, if you were coaching a team, you had one shot to win a game on the line, which player in the league would you want to take that shot?
I like a lot of guys for last shot circumstances. LeBron James is always on my list. Kyrie Irving is at the top of my list. Damian Lillard is a killer. Isaiah Thomas, the little big man, is phenomenal in those kind of late game situations. But I think I'm going to tip my hat to Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew is my guy.
When you talk about a pass-first point guard, that's Elfrid Payton.
That's his mentality and his gift. He's exceptional at it. He's been a good playmaker right from the start, a pure point guard. Old school in his ability to really focus on setting up his teammate.
And both free throws good for Payton.
And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out, he's doing it.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Spurs.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Ross for 3. Orlando gets it back. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Anderson kicks to Gay. In the corner, it's Ginobili. That free throw good from Ginobili. Both free throws good from Ginobili. Here's Augustine. Fires from deep. Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, and Augustine continues to get it done from deep, Kevin. A consistent three-ball shooter who gets his shot up in a hurry.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.